Are we doing an intro? And then we're just going to run the whole way through?
Maybe we can just try the intro so we can loosen up.
Okay,
we can keep going.
We say it together. Ready? 1, 2, 3. How to never argue again on my own. Hey guys, so we're going to be doing a short video on how to never argue again with your partner. We're going to be giving you some tips and some tricks, things that we use in our relationship together.
Let's go!
So the first tip is to check in with yourself before anything else. Have you had enough sleep? Have you eaten? Maybe you're a bit cranky. So simple things like that can avoid some arguments off the bat.
We always find that if it isn't the right time and you're feeling a bit cranky or hangry, we will decide on a time afterwards that we will talk about it, and we'll make sure that we talk about it. Don't let it just disappear because it pops up again.
My arm's aching.
Okay, so the next thing we do is we separate ourselves from the problem. This is something that Rich taught me, so I'll let you talk about this.
So if you're having an argument over something, see it as a separate problem. You can even sit side by side, put a piece of paper on the table, and then write the problem out on paper and come up with solutions and ways that you can overcome it. So instead, try and find a win. Because if one of you loses, the relationship loses out.
Yeah, it definitely helps us talk through stuff, doesn't it?
For sure. So the next one is all about creating a safe space for each other.
So we encourage you to take it in turns when talking. So when whoever's go it is first, from the listener's point of view, would really encourage you not to judge or to take anything personally, and therefore not to defend yourself. The purpose is that you are fully listening and you wait until the person, your partner, has finished talking before you say anything. Let them talk it through. And also, before you do say anything in return, make a real conscious effort to understand where they're coming from. And actually what we do quite a lot of the time is paraphrase. So we say back to the person what they've said in our own words, just to make sure that we've really, really understood them and that they feel heard.
The other one is the speaker's responsibility. So if the other person's listening, I was looking at you there, checking you out. If the other person is listening and creating a safe space, the speaker shouldn't take advantage of that. So it's so important that they speak with respect, they speak in a calm way, and they definitely don't blame or attack the other person.
Go!
Feelings are legitimate. I know it might be very frustrating, especially for some of the guys out there, when you feel like the person's being over-emotional and making too much of a thing of it, and the feelings don't really exist. But what you'll find is if you do that good listening and you repeat back to them so they feel understood, that they feel like their feelings are validated, what you'll find is that people drop their guard, they drop those emotions, and that emotion itself will often dissipate, and they're in a more logical, relaxed place to discuss things.
Yeah, babe, that's solid.
That's a good
one. That's a good one. So the final thing, but this is something that always comes up, doesn't it?
Yeah.
That if you have discussions like this that are pretty steady and neutral, that people think that there's no passion in the relationship because it's not fiery and explosive. But from previous experience, I find that explosive arguments are literally the formula for creating a partner that finds it really difficult to communicate, because you find you're always walking on eggshells, or you're too frightened about what how your partner's going to respond to you. So what I've realised is if you can create a safe space for difficult conversations to take place, then basically you start to foster an environment that makes it actually quite comfortable to have difficult conversations, because so much shit comes up in life that you aren't anticipating. And if you know that you can talk openly without being attacked, then you are basically creating a formula for a really long-term successful relationship. So it may be fun and fiery and feisty, but the thing you'll find out is that it just burns out so quickly, and you can't have conversations that you need to have to keep your relationship going.
Mic drop. So that's our tips and tricks on how to never have an argument again. I hope you found it really helpful. I know that we've found it helpful many, many times, and it is a practice as well. Be patient with yourself. Use these things again and again, and it will become natural. If you have any other questions for us, send them in. We'll do our best to answer them. We hope you found it useful. This is Jade and I signing out. Bye.